Hi everyone, my name's Kathy. Welcome to Skint Living UK. I just wanted to give you an update on my bathroom and bedroom renovation, which I'm working on both at the moment because I'm hoping to get the house up for sale before the end of the year. This bathroom really needed doing. It had like 70s, 80s tiles on all the way up to the ceiling. So I just did a wall a day getting the tiles off. Because I've got arthritis in my hands, so as you can see, knobbly bobbly, so I can do about an hour or so's work a day, and then I need to rest the next day because my hands get sore. So it's been a slow, long process. Once I got the tiles off, I tanked it with aqua seal. So it's like sort of waterproofing for your bathroom. It made it all look like a swimming pool. I even did the floor as well. I've tiled the floor. It's a bit messy at the moment because of me cutting the tiles with my electric tile saw. And this wall, the door wall, I've done these 20 tiles from B&Q, Metro tiles, Subway tiles. They all have different names. In a marble type effect. And the wall where the bath will be going, I've done in a plain grey. I've still got some grouting to do. And the window wall I've also done in the marbly white with grey. So this week I've been to the woodyard and bought the dado rail and put it up above this tongue and groove. This is where the sink will be. This is a bit of a closer shot of the dado rail, sort of an OG shape. Of course, it was much cheaper than the woodyard, about half the price compared to B&Q and Wicks. And the woodyard's only down the road, so I can literally walk there, get a cut to size if I wanted it, and cut to size. And I've put it up this week and just filled around the edges. So the next stage in here will be to finish the grout and clean all the tiles because they're still feeling a bit rough where the grout's been. Give it a good clean, and then I'm just going to do a little bit more filling because a little bit rough there where the tiles have been. And I've just got a bit of tile to do in the entranceway, and then I can crack on with painting. So I'm probably going to do white and the tongue and groove, and above it I'm going to try and do some marbling like this. So we'll see how that turns out. I bought a reclaimed door online on eBay for both the bathroom and the bedroom, and they were 20 quid each, and they delivered them because it was someone local. And this is the bedroom. It's called a box room in the UK because they're so small. So a lot of work's gone in here. There used to be a lot of damp and mould in that corner. It turns out that the old gutters were leaky and full of holes. So we got the gutters replaced. It was still a bit of water coming in, and it turned out it needed piping under the new gutter, so we had that done. I chipped off the plaster, one wall at a time, the window wall and the back wall. Both of these walls are external, so this is coldest room in the house because it's got two exterior walls. All the other rooms only have one exterior wall, so I think that added it to being cold because both of the exterior walls also met in that corner. So after chipping the plaster off, I let the walls dry out for a few months, and then I did this in my other old house because this house is 1908, it was built, so it's Edwardian. So I put some bitumen on the walls to seal it because there was water absorption into the bricks, water penetration. So to stop it doing that, acting like a barrier, rather than having to put a barrier up, I put some bitumen up. Let that dry for a couple of months just to make sure it was thoroughly dry. So this has been a long-term project. Then I put battens all around the periphery of both of the walls and put insulation in, sheets of insulation Kingspan. And then I plasterboarded the walls. I screwed the plasterboard to the wood battens. You can get plasterboard with the insulation stuck onto it, but it's too heavy for me to carry because it's just me doing this on my own. So it was easy for me to do it a bit at a time. So I did the battens, then I put the insulation in, and then I put the plasterboard over. Then I've used some scrim tape around the joints. This is like a bandage, for want of a better word, and it's sticky on the back and you stick it over the joints. It's great also if you've got a hole anywhere in your plaster, and then you just fill over it. You can use jointing compound or a good quality filler. Leave it to dry for a day or two and then give it a sand down. So I've still got a little bit more to do because there's a little gap at the top there, a little bit more. And I'll probably do that tomorrow, maybe the day after, because my hands are sore now. And then I can prepare it. I'm going to prepare it with a misting coat rather than getting it plastered. I could get it plastered, but to save on the money, I'm going to do a mist coat. If you're doing a mist coat, you put it on before you properly paint it and wallpaper it. If you're doing it on plaster, it needs to be 50% water, 50% paint. And then you paint it and then you leave it to dry overnight and then you paint it properly. Because I'm doing it on plasterboard, it has to be 70-30, so 70% paint, 30% water. So it totally seals it. And then I can start thinking about painting and wallpapering. So this, above this dado rail that I also got from the woodyard at the same time, I'm going to put a wallpaper. I got a roll of wallpaper from the charity shop. It's super fresco wallpaper. It's blue and got flowers on. I had another roll of wallpaper, but I've decided to use this because the curtains have got a blue and green, so it fits in with that theme, and it cost me £2 from the children's charity shop, Bernardo's. So I'm just going to paint this back wall, wallpaper this back wall, and this little corner will be painted white, as will the other walls and the ceiling. The woodwork, on the other hand, I'm going to paint green. And round the window, round the door frame, so all the wood bits are going to be done in Dulux satin wood, and the colour's called Willow Tree. I've opted for green because the curtains I've got a white background with blue and green patterns on there, so it'll be the only thing that's really patterned in here, really, apart from a bit of the wallpaper. But what's good about satin wood, it's self-undercoating, and satin wood dries quite quickly. So I'm going to be painting the woodwork during the week this week. And this tongue and groove I got free from a neighbour, so it's taken a lot of work because like all the ends were rotted like this, so I had to chop the ends off, full of rusty panel pins and things. It was, yeah, so it's been a lot of chopping, measuring it with a marker pen and cutting it. Thankfully I've got a jigsaw down there and a tatty old cushion, being on my knees a lot. I've ended up replacing the skirting board because all in that corner it was also rotted like that as well. I also got the skirting board. I got a piece last week and a piece the other day. Taurus skirting board, 150mm, about 6 inches. They didn't have the 7-inch in stock because the original skirting board in here was 7, but I thought that'll do. I'm happy with that. Because it's a lot cheaper, just under half price compared to being here, and Wicks is too far for me to travel to because I don't drive. So yeah, it's been a lot of work, but nearly getting there now. I've got a bed, I've got a bedside, I've got a ceiling lamp, I've got a bedside lamp, a beautiful Tiffany one with an owl on. So, and some carpet and underlay. So, underlay. So I've drank gallons of water. I've got the window shut even though it's warm because neighbours, I've got a few friends around and they've got music playing, so I don't want to get done for a copyright violation because of the music playing. But I've got through gallons of water and I've just scoffed a majestic lolly ice from Iceland. It's their version of Magnums. So it was like white chocolate, lovely. So I'm really pleased I've got this wood done, and also off the wood that I got for free is this wood trim stuff. People often use this sort of wood trim when they're using laminate flooring, but this is pine, not MDF coated. So I'm going to put a piece in that corner and a piece in that corner just to trim it off and make it look finished. The wood looks tatty now, but once it's painted all green and the skirting boards and the dado rail as well, it's just going to look so lovely. And then with the wallpaper too. So this is my bath here because there's nowhere else to stick my bath. So this is where I've been storing my wood for months. So I'm just so happy I've got the wood done. So I need to get some longer screws to sort out that socket because it's sort of buried. Buried underneath the tongue and groove. So I've constantly been going to shops to get wood glue, to get bits of wood, to get panel pins. Thankfully they have panel pins in my local chandlers, and I've used this big screw because it's got a flat end, so with my hammer I've tapped the nails right into the wood so they're not proud, so you can't catch your clothes or anything on it, so all the nails are nice in. I've been using filler to fill all the wood because the wood wasn't always straight or there was gaps and things like that, so I got that from Home Bargain, £1.49 a tub. I think I've used about 3 tubs of that because I've been Home and Bargain twice this week as well to get DIY materials, so it's been an ongoing thing. So hopefully there'll be some progress soon and I'll do another video for you to see it all painted up and looking lovely. So yeah, I'm just so pleased that the tongue and groove was free because everything else cost me a little fortune, because me and my son only live on a tiny budget of £800 a month, so when I'm going out spending £20–30 on materials, it's a big dent in our finances. But I just think it's worth it, and the room's going to be so warm now because both rooms are insulated. I mean, I could have left the insulation because I'm planning on moving house, but I had it there. I would have just thrown it in the loft and it probably would have went to waste, and I just thought, well, it's there, I'll insulate the walls and just use it up. So this will be probably the cosiest room in the house now. I can feel the difference already. It just feels like warm arms wrapped around me. It's lovely. So bye for now. Let me know if you're doing any renovations in your house. I'm always interested to know, because people who tend to be busy during the summer months, don't they, when you're in the mood for it? Because when it's cold in the winter, you just don't want to be doing that. You just want to sit by the fire, wrapped up with a hot brew. So there you go. Bye for now. Please like, share and subscribe if you could be so kind, because it helps the channel so much, especially if you leave a like and a comment, because it shows that you're engaging with the channel, because my views are still low, only in the hundreds. So yeah, but there you go, that's life, isn't it? Have a lovely rest of the weekend and hope you enjoy your bank holiday.